So we didn't join that thing now.
I will not join.
Why you open the fan and then why you wear the one close?
So I can wearly I buy 6,000
So why you open that one?
because it's not very cold.
I cannot understand you. Only you think how many you join the
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and please wait for a while as we wait for the others to join us.
It's a nice song. Who is playing?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
How are you? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So we're waiting for the others to come.
Yeah. It's okay. Hi, Patrick. How are you? Hey, you are muted. It's mute.
Muted.
I cannot hear you.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him. He's from our road. We live in same street.
Okay, good.
I don't know where is he now. Hello. Can you mute? အတန်ပိတ်ထားတယ် mute လုပ်ထားတယ်
Very nice to meet you.
May I know your name?
I'm Patrick.
Patrick. I'll put your name so people can see. Okay.
Yeah, from Myanmar.
Are you in Yangon? Good evening.
Hello, Brad.
Good evening. Welcome. So we will wait for a few more minutes, about 5 minutes, and we'll begin our program.
Demonstration. It's getting cool now.
Um,
Murag didako juga beranda.
what do you mean? It's just the camera.
So we look better.
You understand? Okay.
Sana patama yung pinansin.
I can barely, I buy 6,000
Why you open that one?
because it's not very cool. Go ahead.
Yes, what?
I recorded in the video.
Me?
No, when you asked about the jacket on YouTube. Ooh.
Hello, Father. How are you?
Hello. Good evening. Hello, Father Cat.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's 6 p.m. and welcome to our. Actually, this is our second English conversation, and I'd like to welcome everyone. And for many, we have some new faces. So before we begin, I'd like to introduce myself first. I am Kurt Zion Pala. I am not Burmese, but I'm from the Philippines. But I live and work here in Michina, in Kachin State. And I'm teaching English to some students here. And I belong to the Catholic Church. This English conversation is a product of our intention to generate activities for young people, so we can learn and continue learning English even with the pandemic. So welcome once again, and I'm very happy to see you here. Uh, we can begin with. I'd like to share my screen first. just to give you a background for tonight's activity.
Hello, Farah. Good
Yes,
evening.
Nausan, good evening. So I'll just like to begin with the presentation.
Yes.
Okay. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this online English conversation, our topic for today is on youth and 2020 Myanmar national election. Can I request everyone to mute yourself so we can not have feedback? No? Thank
Yes.
you. So our session will begin from 6 and hopefully will end before 7:30. So why youth need to vote? So welcome once again. So this English conversation is on youth and the 2020 Myanmar national election. So our topic is why youth need to vote. So I'll briefly share the introductions and some of the basic ground rules. So I think we have, I'll just let the others in first. Okay. So last October, or I think around this month also, we did our sorry. So can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So last first English conversation topic was a day in the life of a Buddhist monk and a nun. So we were able to invite two Buddhist monks and a nun to share to us their life. So for today's topic, the purpose is to provide a place for us to practice conversations in English through discussion of different current topics in society, a place to meet and make new friends, and also a place to develop self-confidence and critical thinking skills and learn new things. So these are the basic rules for our conversation. So English is our common language for conversation, and respect is very important. We express only our personal opinions. We refrain from using hateful words. And when you speak, keep it short and simple. In short, kiss, so that others can also speak and ask their questions. And the last rule is just to enjoy the conversation and make friends. So the questions for our breakout groups later after the presentations will be these two questions. Why youth need to vote and what do you expect from the new government? So these two questions we will answer at the breakout sessions. Okay, please bear with me. I'm letting in some participants. Okay, so basically that will be our flow of our conversation. So there will be a presenter, a guest speaker is invited for this conversation. Uh, so it will be a bit difficult for everyone to introduce themselves individually at this time. So maybe you can do that in your smaller group session. So in the small groups, you will be divided, so you will have opportunity to introduce yourself. But for the bigger group, we will not do the introductions. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So for our breakout groups, we have two facilitators. We have Yan Naing So, and Ashin Nandastara. I will need a volunteer, maybe one or two more volunteers who would like to facilitate the conversation. Any volunteer? If you want to volunteer, facilitator, your role will be to, sorry, uh, your role, okay. So there is some feedback. So your role as a facilitator will be to help facilitate the group discussion, the small group discussion, so that you control the time people speak, no, to allow others to share. So very simple. And then in the group discussion, you will answer those two questions. Any volunteer for facilitator?
So, Father, I can be
Yes.
as a facilitator.
Okay. We have Bosco one. Anybody else? One more facilitator. Puya, would you like to facilitate? Puya, are you online?
Yeah, I may not be because I will have devotional 7, so I have to
Oh,
leave it.
okay, okay. No
Sorry about
problem.
that.
Anybody else? Okay, if there is none, I think four groups will be enough, no, for tonight's small group discussion. So, shall we move on? Okay, good. So, for tonight, I will briefly share a few slides uh, about the coming elections. So, you can use this to add to your knowledge about the current elections. Okay, so this coming uh, November, no, around November 8th, Myanmar will hold its national elections. So the timeline is in November 8th, is the election day. But as I know, there are already advanced voting being conducted, especially for the elderly. The old people are allowed to vote early. But on November 8th, on election day, everyone is uh, encouraged to do your voting. So in the final results, as according to the timeline, is December 1, 2020, no? So hopefully at that time, we have the final results for the election. And this is the legal framework and the resource for the election. So you have the Constitution of Myanmar, which is also based on Myanmar's inclusion in international law. So according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, as Myanmar is also a signatory to the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women, on the rights of persons with disabilities, and on the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural rights. So all of these are under the Constitution of Myanmar. So the election is the election of the legislator, no? Legislator meaning those who are in charge of making the law. And in Myanmar, there are what you call the two houses. Sorry. So I have to let in some more students. Okay. So in Myanmar, according to the constitution, you have two houses, the upper house and the lower house. So the upper house is what you call the Muta Ludo, and the lower house, the Pito Ludo. And if you notice, the number of seats are divided to two, no? So you have 168 seats that are elected, but 56 seats are appointed by Tatmadaw, by the commander-in-chief from the military. So that's about a third, one third of the total number of representatives for the upper house. And for the lower house, a third also goes to the appointees of the military. And only 330 seats are elected. So that is according to the law. Further, the election system in Myanmar is what you call the first past the post, FPTP system. So the candidate with the highest number of votes in a constituency is elected. So the number of votes will determine the winner of the election. And moving on, as you already know, some of the constituencies or some towns in Myanmar have their elections canceled, no, for different reasons. So because of that, some voters will not be able to vote this year. So that is also a sad thing, no, because voting is a right of every citizen. So during election day, so you will vote for the upper house and the lower house. And after the election, the representatives will elect their nominees for the president and the vice president. So each house will get a nominee for the elected lower house and for the elected upper house. And also the appointed military representatives will have their candidate. So each house plus the appointed military representatives will have their candidate, and they will choose from these three. So the one with the highest vote will become the president of Myanmar, and the two nominees that are not elected or having the highest vote will become the vice presidents. So that is how you elect your president and vice president. So who has the right to vote? So this is very important to know. So according to the constitution, the Myanmar constitution, every person who is a citizen, an associate citizen, a naturalized citizen, who is at least 18 years old on the day of election, and who is included in the voter list of his or her constituency is entitled to vote. So as of the moment, there are 38 million voters on the voter list. But many are also not allowed to vote. No, for example, members of the religious order, Buddhist monks, nuns, Catholic priests, and those who are belonging to a religious order cannot vote. They have no right to vote. Persons serving a sentence, those who are in jail, persons who are judged to be unsound mind, those who have some mental difficulties, no? Persons who have not yet been discharged as an insolvent, persons prohibited by election law. So according to the law, there are some who are prohibited to vote, and foreigners or persons who have dual citizenship. So like me, a foreigner, I cannot vote under the Myanmar constitution. So if you are already of voting age, then make sure your name is in the voter list. So you have to go to your village or to your ward to check if your name is on the list. So it is very important to check if your name is listed as a registered voter. So I'll not present all the slides, but I'll just select. No, so in Myanmar, the election management body is called the UEC, the Union Election Commission. So they are in charge of looking after looking after the election process in Myanmar. So these are the responsibilities of the commission. So it has a long list. So for those who are voting, according to this document, the voting hours are from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. So make sure you come at these times. So this is just an illustration of the voting steps. So maybe some of you are first-time voters. So it is important to know how to vote. No? So there are also many resources available online for first-time voters. But a special uh, topic is on gender and the election. So if you notice on the screen, a comparison of the different elections. No? In 2010, women candidates are only 127, and that has increased from 2015 to 2020. But compared to the percentage, it is still very small. Okay, so just to check, can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, you
Yes.
can.
Okay, thank you. So that is one challenge for the election, no? How gender can be more equal when it comes to candidates. So that will end my short presentation on the Constitution and the election process. And now I'd like to present to you our guest speaker, no? So our guest speaker is Julia Jasengpan. She is from Dukatong, Michina, Kachin State. She currently works with the Jesuit Refugee Services. She completed her Master's of Public Policy in 2019 from the University of Erfurt Willy Brandt School of Public Policy in Germany. She has a Bachelor of Arts in English from Michina University, and her work experiences includes being a teacher, a volunteer, an instructor, a social worker, and a research assistant. So, Julia, are you here with us?
Yes, Father.
Okay, welcome, and thank you for accepting my invitation. So, would you like me to share your slides now?
Sure, please. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
So Julia, you can have the floor now. Sorry.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
I'm
Hello.
Jasmine. Hello. I hope you all can hear.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice to meet you all, even in this pandemic, because since I came back to Myanmar in the beginning of this year, I didn't have a chance to meet many people. So this will be the first time that I meet a lot of young people. So thank you very much, Father.
You're welcome.
Today this is like just a short presentations, and then we will share our opinions. Why young voters are important in election. Father, will you please go to the next slide? Yeah. Okay. So before I go to why young voters are important, I want to clarify who are youth in Myanmar. As Father mentioned in previous presentation, all the citizens who are age of 18 are eligible to vote. But there are some limitations who can vote, but all of the citizens who are age of 18 are eligible to vote. And among 54 million population in Myanmar, And according to the National Youth Policy, which was passed, I think, in 2017 by National Parliament, youth are defined as the citizens between 16 and 35 as youth in Myanmar. And it is stated that it represents more than a quarter of the population in Myanmar. And I think it's very a big demographic that a demographic of young people who can change the society in Myanmar. And there will be many first voters, like who will be who is 18 years old. Approximately 5 millions will be the first voters in this election. So, Father, will you please go to the next slide?
Sorry. Is this one?
No, the next one.
Next one.
So, as I mentioned, there's a large population of young people in Myanmar. So I feel like that this population is very important to vote in this election, because voting is power, and voting is the most highest right that we have in democratic citizenship. And it is also stated that some political scientists stated that democracies perform when many voters vote in the elections, and including young people, because young people are powerful. Even though when we look at in different parts of the world, young people, the movement that led by young people are very effective to have a social change in the world. Next slide, please, Father. So it's very important, because to vote as a young person is very important, because this is the time that we have a chance, we have an opportunity to vote our own government once in 5 years, and to choose our representative on behalf of us. Like Father mentioned in previous presentation, we have to vote for Amyota Ludo and Pitu Ludo, and we have to choose the representative, and they will speak for us. They will speak on behalf of us in Parliament, so that's why it's very important to voice to voice our interest. For example, as young people, what do you interest? Your employment rate, or your wages, salaries, like Father mentioned, gender equality, gender equity, women rights, the interest of young people, like let's say whatever the interest that concern with young people. So this is the time that we can choose the best representative that share with with our interest, because no one will no one will vote for us, no one will speak for a young people, because young people know what we need. We know our interests most, our education opportunities, the peace process in, for example, in Kachin State. So what's your interest as young people? What do you want to be? What do you want to see your nation in the future, or maybe in 5 years? So choosing our candidates in the election as young people is to send the people who will make our decisions for us in the Parliament. So if you fail to vote, if you do not go to vote, it's like giving your powers to the other people, like let decide whatever you want for us. And you cannot just explain after elections, this candidate is not how to say, not doing for us or something like that, because in the election we have to choose who will represent best for you. And next slide, Father.
Sorry.
So, however, the data stated that there are low voters turnout among Myanmar youth, because it is stated that they are not interested in election. How to say, there are some excuses, like they do not obtain sufficient information on political parties, or like they have to do their work, they have to study. Like, for example, in the first during the last election, I didn't vote. I got a chance to vote, but I didn't. Why? Because I was studying in Yangon, and I didn't have a chance to come back to Kachin State to vote. However, I should have prepared well. How to say? If I moved to another town, I should register in that town to vote, but I couldn't do that. It was like, I feel like I did not take my responsibility as a young people to vote in the last election. So there are some excuses that young people say. They don't know how to differentiate the parties, because there are many different parties around in Myanmar, and even in Kachin State. There are many different parties. So how do we choose those candidates, and how do we choose the right person to represent us? So that was a big question for many young people. Next slide, Father. So as I said, there are many excuses, but nowadays, as Father mentioned, to get involved, to make a social change, to make a different, efficient social change in our country, the first step that you can do is you have to vote. You have to involve in this election as young people. So what you can do is you have to check the election list or register. You have to check yourself first. And this is like social media is it's like very accessible compared to the last decades, even last years. Everyone can accessible Facebook, anything that related to social media. It's very just one click. You can find out everything. So what you can do is like to check the factor information about the candidates, which candidate interest. To decide that, you have to read the campaign website and social medias of the parties that run for our city or town. And you can read press release and candidate speeches and candidate debates. We have we have to be alert. What some people they are just they are very good at public speaking, but we don't really know what they will what they will do for us. Will he or she really do for us? We can know that we can know that. So to be able to know those informations these days, I think for young people it's very easy to get those information. But compared to the last elections, I'm very happy that many young people, I can see that many young people are active to participate in this election, and many young women are selected as the candidate. So it's very, I see it's very good opportunity for young, as a young lady, because because I believe that young people are the one who can speak for us in the parliament for our interests. So I want to suggest everyone, if you haven't decide which parties to vote, or even you want to participate in this election or not, we still have 1 week. So I really suggest everyone that we can research as many information that as possible that we can search, and we can think, for example, their policy, how they will going to do about our youth policy when they win, or for example, gender equality. Or for as for me, I'm working in educational sector for refugees. So I want to know how they're going to handle those problems. I know that it's not easy to handle in a very short time, but I'm really interested how their policy and how they're doing, and how they what is their, how to say, promise for us when we elected as our candidates in the parliament. So I hope that everyone will vote in this coming election on November 8th. And we hope that we can make a change uh, for our nations the best as the young people. So thank you very much, everyone. And I hope we can discuss more our opinions and our information. I think we are from different part of the world, Yangon, and I see many people. So I hope we can share in a small group discussion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Frank and Julia, for that very insightful presentation. Uh, for now, we will continue with breakout rooms. No? Before we do that, I will remind you again of the rules. No? So here for us, the rules for our conversation. So can you see the screen? Okay. A reminder for everyone, please unmute yourself first. Thank you. So as a reminder, so these are the rules for our conversation. No? So English is our common language for conversation. So just try to be confident. No? Speak in English. Respect is very important. Express only your opinions. No? Express your opinions. Do not use or avoid hateful words. No? Let's not use hateful words. Number 5, when you want to speak, keep it short and simple. In short, crisp, so others can have opportunity to speak and ask their questions. And most important, enjoy the conversation and make new friends. Is that okay with everyone? So our facilitators for tonight will be Yan, Asin, Nandasara, and Bosco. So for our facilitators, please, please lead the group in the conversation why you need to vote and what do you expect from the new government. Is that okay, facilitators? Yan, are you here?
Yes, Kurt, I can hear you very well.
Okay, thank you. Ashin, Shebo?
Yes, Kat.
Okay. And last is Bosco, are you here?
Yes, Father.
Okay, good. So for the conversation, uh, keep your answers short, no? So others have a chance to speak. So I will now break you into rooms. So each room will have about 10 people. And we have around 25 minutes for conversation. Or I can make it shorter so in the bigger group you can share. So in your group, you need to choose
So,
you need to choose a reporter. So someone will report from your group at the end of the conversation. So choose among your group members who will be your uh, presenter or reporter. Okay. Okay. So please wait. So when you will see uh, a question, join the breakout group. Just join the breakout group.
Bắt chọn sinh rồi đến nhiễm xuống hiện xuống cảm tưởng này là sẽ nếu nào lại người chuyện nhau này thắc hay nhau chưa với không bị được thắng bằng nhà live meeting nên là thắng bằng nhà như này là gì có cho trẻ muốn khám
There's a grouping. Just wait. Just join the group.
Oh, group ka
It's a
na
grouping. Just join.
Hello. Hello guys. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. I think we should start introduction. Okay, who wants to go first? Okay, I will try to first. So my full name is John Xiaofei. Actually, I'm from I'm trying program from Myanmar. So I'm home John. So I'm really glad to meet you all again. So
Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Can you hear me? Alicia.
Yes.
Okay. Good. We have here Patrick, Sia, Zenzi. Okay. Can you wait for about 2 minutes? Give me 2 minutes and I will check the other group. Okay. And I come back.
Hello. Hello. I can hear.
Okay. You can hear me?
Hey.
Okay. Hold.
Did
Okay. You can
Now
hear me. Okay.
it is group discussion time.
Yes. Okay.
Now we
now,
are group discussion.
Okay. So
What we are
begin,
going to do now? Hey,
yeah.
Alice, you and me are the same group, right?
Oh no.
Okay. We can start by introducing ourselves. So if I call your name, please introduce your name. What do you do and where you are at the moment? Okay.
That's wrong.
So,
What we are going to do now?
we will do introductions first. Just say your name. Say your name and where you are from and what do you do.
About. I'm not finding my button now.
Okay. Patrick, can you introduce yourself?
Hey, what's
Okay. Patrick?
Yeah.
Okay. Alicia, you can start.
Yes. Further.
Yes.
My name is Nandu.
Nandu.
This also is my English name. Yes.
Okay.
My name is Nandu and my surname is Jangmo. And I'm from Nong Eng. Yes. And now I'm studying at the college from Mijina. But because of COVID-19, our school was closed. That's why now I'm staying with my family and I spend time with my friends in my village.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Alicia. Okay, how
Yes.
about Patrick? Can you introduce yourself, your name, what do you do, and where are you from? Yes, Patrick. Can you turn on your mic?
Hello, everyone. I'm Patrick. I'm Patrick from Vermont. Now I'm studying at the third year geography, but I got the diploma from U.S. Embassy.
Okay.
Now I just doing like a freelance trainer. Nice
Okay.
to meet you all.
Thank you, Patrick. Okay, Jano? Jano, are you there?
Yeah, Farah.
Okay, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Jano. I I come I come from China. I I study and teaching.
Okay, are you somewhere? Okay, so you are teaching now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, Seya Zenri, can you introduce yourself? Hello, Seya Zenri. Are you here? Zenri?
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Can you introduce yourself, your name, where you are from, and what do you do?
Yes, my name is Vikan, and I am a teacher.
Okay.
I'm from AOD, and now I'm in Yangon.
Okay. Thank you and nice to meet you. How about Honor 9X? Who is this? Honor 9X. Hello.
Hello, Father. I'm Rita. I'm joining from Pomo.
Okay, welcome, Rita. So,
Yes.
okay, Redmi, can you introduce yourself? Redmi, can you introduce yourself? Is Redmi online? Okay, so we'll just move on. So we have to answer two questions, no? Why youth need to vote? So why youth need to vote? What is your opinion? Why do you think youth need to vote at this coming election? Who would like to answer?
I am.
Yes.
I think we need to vote because this is our right as a Myanmar citizen, and also this is our responsibility to vote. This is our responsibility, and also we need to choose our government. We need to choose our government who can work for us, and also who can do for the what we need or what we want for the generation, for the new generation. That's why I think as a youth, I need to vote. Voting is very important for me. I think that.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Before we continue, anyone would like to do the reporting in the big group? Who wants to do the reporting? Anyone wants to volunteer?
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Patrick, would you like to do the reporting?
What? Excuse me, Mr. Cutler,
Yes.
Father. You can raise your voice.
Okay, okay. I
Raise because I can hear.
Okay.
Can hear with very clear. That's why.
Okay, good. So I'm asking if anyone would like to be the reporter for our group. Reporter, who wants to report?
A reporter.
Yes, would you like to do the
Who
reporting?
want to?
Patrick.
No, I
No?
can't. I don't know how to report because I didn't have any notebooks. That's why I don't know how to report as well.
Okay, that's okay. Redmi, can you introduce yourself? What is your name?
Hello, my name is Kum Sanlat. I'm from Bumong.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ong San Lat. Okay. Okay, so Rita, would you like to answer the question? Why youth need to vote? Rita, are you here? Rita? Hello? Okay, can I ask someone else? How about Sia Zenri? Why do you think youth need to vote? Sia Zenri? Hello? Are you still here?
Father, they all are muted.
Yeah, they can unmute themselves. Sia Zenri? Or Rita?
I think they live.
They left
I think
already.
they live. I think they live from our group.
Okay. Jano, why do you think youth need to vote? Can you hear us?
I think the new government for my country.
To get a new government. Okay.
Yes.
Good answer. To get a new government. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Jano. Ong San, can you hear me? Ong San E. Ong San, are you there? Ong San? Ong San, can you hear?
Ong San.
Yeah. Ong San? Hey, Ong San.
Hello.
Yes. What do you think? Why youth need to vote? Ong San.
Please again.
Yeah. The question is, why do you think youth need to vote?
I think I need a good new government.
Okay. To get a new government, to find a new government.
Good new government.
Good answer. Thank you. Okay. Rita, would you like to speak? Rita?
Yes, brother.
Yes. Why
I
do you
think
think youth
it is
need to vote?
our responsibility for our country. It is very important to election, and we need to vote for our country. That's why. Thank you.
Very good. So many of you say it's your responsibility and that you need to form a new government, no? So that's why it's important that you vote. Okay, very good. Now the next question is, what do you want? The what is your expectation of the new government?
My turn.
Yes, Patrick.
My time.
Yes, yes, Patrick, you can speak now.
Can I speak now?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. The most, how can I say? I expect the education had and also trick. Education is very important from us because oh, our degree and our bachelor of arts is not much to our society because we need to like if we get a degree or 8%, but we are not perfect. We are not perfect. We need to learn other subject and also we need to learn. That's why I think education. I expect we need to develop our education from new government.
Okay, very good. So what Patrick is saying, the new government should work to do more about our education system. It's very
Yeah.
important for young people. No?
They need to update. They need to update our education system.
Very good. Thank you, Patrick. Anybody else? Seya Zenri, would you like to speak?
I don't want to answer.
You don't want to answer?
I only listen.
Okay, okay. No problem. So anybody else would like to share? Yes, Seya, you can speak some more. Uh, Alicia, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to say something? Why youth need to vote, or what do you expect of the new government? What do you
Yeah.
think?
I want to say Asian.
Patience?
Yes.
Okay. So
Because my one, I'm really sorry, I'm not expert in English.
it's
Yes.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. No problem.
I want to say about education in KIO and from in like is yes, this is very discrimination in our in ours. Yes, that's why I want to expect them. If no, our new government. I would like to say. I want to be no discrimination and we are the same. And our also we teach also teach in KIO the same.
Sorry. Yes, Alicia.
Yes.
So you are
I think
saying,
to say difficultly for me.
so you're saying that there should be no discrimination, no? No
Yes.
discrimination? Yes. What happened? No, no. So
mean, they should treat we are the same. We have they have to do for us the same education.
okay.
Yes, everybody. When as long as I pass my matriculation exam from KIO, but I don't want to. I don't. I didn't get apply in Myanmar.
Mm.
That's why. I think this is a discrimination thing. That's why.
So it's the discrimination among the people, no? That the new government should not discriminate. Why are you in the group?
Yeah.
Hello. Why do you mute your voice, Father?
Okay, sorry. So I was asking, do you want anybody else want to share? Alicia was talking about discrimination, no? That at the moment there's a lot of discrimination, especially in the education system.
Yeah.
Alicia is saying that the new government should focus on uh, getting rid or taking out discrimination among the, especially in education. Am I correct, Alicia? So, uh, who else haven't spoken yet? Tomain, 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 are you online?
Yeah, hello. My
Hey,
name is.
hello.
I am from Vermont. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Tomain. Would you like to answer the question? Why youth need to vote? Why do you think youth need?
Sorry, Kak.
Tomain, I did not hear you. Okay. So we have talked about why youth need to vote, and many of you shared that it is your responsibility and that you need to change to a new government, no? And what you expect is the new government to focus on education of the youth and also to take out discrimination, no? Especially in the education system. Now, for our group sharing, who wants to share for the group? Who wants to speak for our group? Who wants to volunteer? Anybody? Elisia or Patrick or Rita, would you like to speak for the group?
Father, about what?
About your answers.
Yes, Father. I have strongly expectation that the new government will solve the conflict of civil war, the conflict civil war of Myanmar. That's why.
Okay,
Thank
the
you.
conflict, can you say that again? The conflict.
Exact clock. The conflict civil war of Myanmar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So another concern is for the new government should find a solution to the conflict, especially the civil war.
Yes.
Very good,
Thank
Patrick.
you.
Okay. So anybody else
Yeah.
would like to add? Yes, Patrick.
They need to they need to transform conflict transformation because in Kachin state Rakhine state they have no human rights. How can I say they just abuse and also so they should how can I say they should be prepared for their Rakhine state conflict transformation. They should transform. I think.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. So the conflict in Myanmar is not only in Kachin state, no? We also have many other conflict in other parts of Myanmar, like Rakhine, like what Patrick is sharing. Now, for the big group, we need someone to share for the group. Any volunteer? You can share about what we talked in the group, in to share our like a reporter. Anybody volunteer?
This,
Alicia, would you like? Or
no.
Patrick? No? Just try. You can just give your answer, what you hear from everyone, and doesn't need to be very long. Who wants to try?
I would like to tell. I want to tell you something.
Yes.
If no, everyone to everyone.
Mm.
If you're about party and their camp websites about their good things and when November 8th, which one do you prefer to give vote?
Okay. So Alicia is asking if you know which party or the what party is the best party to vote. Is that what you're asking, Alicia?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody has an opinion? If you are going to vote in November 8th, which party do you think is the best party to vote? Alicia is asking your opinion. It's a good question, no? Because you all need to know the party to vote. Any ideas? Patrick, do you have an idea which party you will vote for?
I think as a kitchen steak, and also for a kitchen steak, we need to vote KSPP because this is for our ethnic. This is for our ethnic, and also as a Myanmar, we need to vote NLD. Because this group is the one who can change Myanmar. Who can change Myanmar for our generation? I think that's why I need to vote NLD and KSBB.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. Anybody else would like to share? So, anyone? Alicia, is that okay with you? Or would you like to share also something? What do you think?
No.
Mm.
This is for the time.
Mhm.
No, I mean, Father, you should say.
For me, which party?
Yes.
I don't know. I
Do you
don't know
prefer
much about the parties.
Father,
Yes.
excuse me, can I speak?
Sure.
Father, how many parties do you know in Myanmar?
I know NLD, USDP, PPP, SPP. Only 4. Oh, and also the Lisu, Shan, they have their own party.
Father, you don't know.
How about so you don't know KSBB? You don't know KSBB?
I know KSPP.
Ah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a good party.
Mm. Yes, Alicia.
KNC. You don't know?
KNC. Kachin. No, I don't know KNC.
Yeah, Kachin National Congress.
Oh, it's different from KSPP.
Yes.
Okay. That now I know. So, can any one of you, anybody wants to share or report for our group?
Alicia, could you report for us?
I didn't decide it.
Just try.
Not decide yet.
Doesn't need to be very long. Just say what you hear from our sharing.
Yeah, but I still research about party.
Okay. No, I mean for the group. Yes, Patrick.
Father said to report our group discussion. That's why could you be volunteer for us to present?
Yes. Just a short one. Just a short one. No need to make it long.
I
Is that
think
okay?
you mean you are member of KSPP, right?
No,
No, I'm not. I'm not.
no, sorry,
No,
Alicia.
I'm
What
not.
I'm asking is for the one to be the reporter for our group.
Ah, Father, don't ask me again. Ask another man, another people. You
You
should
don't
say.
like.
You should.
Okay, anybody
Father,
wants to volunteer? Patrick, can you try? Just a short one.
I can. I think because could you announce what we are going to say, what we are going to present?
You just answer the question why youth need to vote and what you expect from the new government.
Oh,
Okay,
got it.
I will present from our group.
Okay, thank you very much, Patrick. So is everyone okay with that? Patrick will do the report for our group. So I will now bring you back to the big group, and then we will continue the discussion, okay? So thank you everyone for sharing and for listening. And now we will go back to our bigger group. So we all go back to the bigger group. Hey, welcome back.
If we finish this
Yes.
training, can't see anymore again.
Sorry.
If we
Sorry, I can't hear you, Alicia.
It's very noisy.
So welcome back, everyone. So I hope you had a good sharing and
What's our group number?
I can't remember. I think we are group 2.
For how many groups you divided?
We have 4 groups.
4 groups.
We are three. We are three, John.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone.
We are 3.
So I hope we did not lose people. So we have 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, and 4. No? So can we ask representatives from each group? So may I call on group 1? Please mute yourself. Okay. Group 1, I think group 1, Patrick, we are group 1. Oh, sorry. Who is group 1?
Our group, Father.
Okay, Bosco's group. Okay. Who is with Bosco? Who is your reporter?
I'm a
Okay.
You.
Okay, AA, can you briefly report to the group what you discuss?
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Yifu, and then now I'm here to report what about.
Okay, maybe speak louder.
Okay. Hello everyone. I am Yifu. Yeah, I'm group 1 to do a report what we discussed. Okay, what we discussed. Why the youth need to vote? It's like it's not only youth relating to vote. It's everyone has the right to vote, and then one vote is really important to win which party to win what we represent. And then here it's not only the youth, it's relating with every citizens. Here what we expected is a better job and a better education, a better lifestyle, like not above the law, and then like what healthy is really important. We hope that the party where the party who which party win can do more than what we expected That's all what we discussed. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, AA, and thank you to the group. May I call on to Patrick? Can you speak for our group? Patrick? We cannot hear you.
Very noisy.
Yes. Maybe because it's Tadinjut.
Patrick has a problem with the connection.
So, Patrick, are you ready? Or we move to the next group first?
What's wrong?
Okay.
No, because
you better move it.
He is in trouble.
Okay. Can we move? We'll just pass group 2 first. Jan, can we listen to your group?
We didn't have enough time to choose the reporter. So all my members, please forgive me for that. And I will do the report.
Yes, yes.
So
we'll move to you later. Yeah, sure,
sorry?
sure. Yeah. No, I was talking about Patrick. Just continue, yeah.
Okay. So mostly we discussed the first question. We discussed about the importance of the youth and the voice of the youth, and there's one concern from one of the members from Yangon, from Myanmar. He's concerned about the health issues as well, because he's in Yangon. You know, Yangon is the most affected, pandemic affected area in the country. And the second question is mostly, we hope actually most people do not really are not sure about which party they should vote, and they are still thinking and need to do more research to vote the parties that are representing in their constituency. And the expectations are educations, refugees issues, and children's rights in the refugee camps, and environmental issues in the country, and government spending on the health and educations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jan, for that very brief and concise reporting. Patrick, can we listen to you now? Where is Patrick? Is Patrick still here?
I think he left from home.
Okay, Alicia, can you speak for our group? Please.
I'm sorry, my connection is bad. That's why.
Okay, Patrick.
Okay.
Okay, oh, Patrick is here now.
As our group discussed, we discussed first, when you need to vote, answer is for our generation. And also this is our responsibility. And as the second question, we need to change our education system as well, and also discriminate, and also we were, how can I say,
stop.
We were we were solve the conflict transformation as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that all, Patrick?
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Now let's listen to Ashin Shwebo's group. Do you have a reporter, Ashin? Okay, Ashin Shwebo, can you hear me? I think you are mute. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. Is there a reporter for your group?
Yes, Scott.
And in our group, we have discussed based on the 2 questions, and then how do you feel? How do you feel when you are in a very important position, and what do you expect after we have new government? So every participant in our group are very proud of their position, because they are going to vote for any parties in the coming elections, but except one, she doesn't want to vote for any parties because she doesn't, she is not interested in politics. That is her choice. So we can agree with her. And for the second question, most of the participants are experienced, are look forward to changing the 2008 constitution, and look forward to getting a good job, a good opportunities for their future. That's all, Khan.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Ashin. So all our groups are able to share already. But if any one of you would like to say something other than what was reported, maybe you'd like to, from your passion, from your feelings, that you need to share something to the group. Anybody would like to share? We have a few more minutes before we conclude our conversation tonight. Anybody would like to speak?
Okay, so are you
Yes,
here?
Sai.
So hello everyone. I am representative person from group 3. So according to the question number 1, why you need to vote? Among the question, I want to give the 4 reason for that question. So I give shortly a name, a responsibility, opportunity, voice, and generation. And first of all, I want to share the responsibility. If you are a citizen, you have a responsibility to vote. It's really, a necessarily facts for one citizen. And but to the opportunity, it's your opportunity. For example, if you want to change, there are many groups to discuss changing the 2008 constitution or other things. If you want to change others, so you need to vote. If you don't vote it, but you don't have the opportunity to say, because number 3 question, number 3 answer, sorry, my voice is really important, because democracy really means it's the power is from people, not from authorism, not from authorism. The power from people is really important. The power from people. So show, how can I say, to shout and your voice. It's really important. One vote is your voice. So voice is important. And number 2 is the generation. The last answer is the generation. For generation. So if you would vote, it's not only for you, but also for your future and your generation, because in future, a generation will ask you, why did you do that? Question is really important. Why did you do at that time? So I want all friends, I want to ask, do you have a question for that? It's really important. So let's work together and to change our country, nation. And according to number 2 question, so our groups haven't finished to discuss. So I want in our group, Sister May and Brother John to answer that question.
Okay.
Question number 2. Needs. Yeah, right.
Thank you, Suchai. Sister Regina, would you like to add something? Sister, you are muted, sister. Your mic is mute.
Yes.
Okay.
In our group, we share so many things, and the first, for me, and I prefer to vote a youth because of I had a vote the first 2015. I had experience, but now I cannot vote it. But I prefer to the youth because we expect our generations and we expect our life better than now. That's why we have to choose the right parties who are leaded to improve our country and personally or societies to improve, and also those who are take care of our the human rights and to be who are support our life better than now, because we know who are the best or not. No, we already know, but some are not voted list. But if we have a chance, and now we really we expect our government to who support our life better. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Regina. Maybe let's hear one more to speak. Maybe from our ladies. Okay. Oh, who is that?
Ladies first. It's okay.
Oh, is that? Yes, you can speak.
Just want to share my personal opinion that lastly, when you go and vote because of voting, if you affect by COVID, you are the most responsible for yourself. So we can experience of looking around the voters who gave their votes recently, advanced votings. So we can look around to them. And I also want to say that we should find a best way of ourselves to vote safely. But voting is very important, which show our voices and the hope. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Om Yat Min. Okay, maybe last one, maybe from the ladies who want to speak. Oh, Yan, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I'm expecting to hear from young ladies, as you said.
Yes.
But anyway, if nobody is speaking, I can add some more comments. It's really nice to see the young people are engaged in such a kind of topics and discussing. In our country, most young people are not really engaged in public affairs. It's really bad. And the other thing is the last decades, I mean 6 decades, the government has persecuted all the people who are politically motivated, saying that political. So what happened is like parents teach the kids not to be engaged in public affairs and political affairs, which is a very bad thing. But we have now gained some kind of some sort of freedom. So please learn about public affairs and engage in the public affairs, because this is about you and also your generations. And I think one day, one of you may be in the parliament, I don't know, or maybe a president one day. So please engage. And also if one of you are working, you are going to pay tax, okay? You at least should know how the authorities are using your money, all right? I worked 3 years very hard, and I paid a lot of taxes. I am interested in. I always read the news when they do the budget in the government. No, so please engage in the public affairs. Also vote. It is very important. Public affair. Our country's problem is most people are, moving from hand to mouth. So they are not engaged in public affairs because they have to take care of the family. But please, at least give some time to be engaged in public affairs and get involved and raise your voice. Don't be quiet and silent. We have being quiet and silence for 6 decades, right? So it's more than enough. Please raise your voice and engage in public affairs and also vote, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jan, for those very encouraging words. Maybe you would like to hear a few last words from Julia, the same pan, as a closing remarks for our conversation tonight.
Thank you, Father. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Father. That's I'm so impressed to join this uh, Zoom meeting because I'm so grateful that I know many people who are actively involved in our national affairs, and uh, and I think that it's very important that you interest in many issues for our society: health, environment, natural resource, education, and the budget, the taxes. Those are like very important for one nations to be prosperous, and for us and for the futures, like Yan mentioned. So I also believe that all of you have checked your voting list, and because if we don't, I think we cannot be participate now. So I hope you all did that. And what you have to do now is check your polling stations. At this stage, you can just easily check online, and let's vote together on November 8th. I hope we young people can and do very big change for our nations. And thank you so much, and hope to meet you in person, hopefully after COVID. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Julia, for giving us an insightful presentation. And I hope that this was a very interesting and a very meaningful conversation for all of us. I know some of you are a bit scared, no? A bit scared to speak in English, but this is a way for us to practice and to not only learn but also to exercise our critical thinking and our right to vote, no? So before we end, can we take a what they say a dabong picture, no, as a remembrance of this very first experience on Zoom. So if you can you open your cameras for a short while, and I will take a picture of all of us, so as a memory of our gathering tonight. So give your best smile, and we hope this will be an encouraging call for others to vote. So when you're ready, I'll count to 3. Rita, Noseng, Seiya Zenri, can you open your cameras? Patrick, Seiya Zenri, Noseng. Okay. Patrick and Noseng. Noseng. Okay, 1, 2, oh sorry. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next page. There are 40 of us. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Okay, meet Jongo and Ong Sanla. Okay. So, before we end, so I would like to thank everyone once again for great opportunity to gather as young people. So hopefully we will try to schedule more of these sessions, and we will invite some speakers. Maybe some of you can be a speaker for our next conversation. And I would like to thank our facilitators also, Yan Naing and Axin. Axin Suebo is a Buddhist monk, no? And Yan Naing also is an ex-monk. He used to be a Buddhist monk. Now he is a father of one. So thank you so much for facilitating, and also Bosco, thank you for facilitating. Most of all, I thank also Just Pan, Julia, for being with us. And, let us congratulate and thank everyone for your participation. And we hope that you will be more encouraged to vote this coming November 8th. So, congratulations, everyone, and thank you. So, hope to see you again in another conversation. So, let's
Thank
give a hand to
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
And happy Tadinjot to all.
You too, Kat. Happy enjoy.
Happy Darinju to everyone.
Happy
Bye,
Yeah,
everyone.
happy
If
teacher.
you want to
Bye
watch
bye. Thank you
this
very much for the and everyone.
on YouTube,
Now, when it load in manually.
Hope you next
Yeah,
time
yeah.
we'll meet again.
Okay. If you want
okay.
to share money,
You all.
you can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Julia.
See you again.
Thank you, Father. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. You're very welcome.
Thank you, Dada.
Oh, Lisa.
I can hear clearly.
Can't hear me clearly. Paul.
Sorry.
Are you there, Paul?
Good night, Father.
Good night. Good night.
Bye. Okay. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Okay, Yan, can you stay a while?
Yes, Kat.
Okay.
See
You have to let go others, right?
Yeah. I'll call you later, no? Okay, bye,
Yeah.
everyone.